Hey everybody, Mike B back with another video about the World War One stuff. Today I'm going to show you how to tie these things, or puttees, leg wraps, whatever you want to call them. Everyone seems to be an expert on these, which is kind of cool. So I call them leg wraps, but they're officially called puttees. I'm going to show you one way to wrap them. Kurt Stevens from Madras Arsenal already did a video on this about wrapping them the traditional spiral way, just straight up with no fancy tricks or crisscrosses or anything. I'm going to show you how to do the French style or the crisscross pattern that you see commonly with French soldiers, Indian soldiers, some British, and quite a few Americans that were in French sectors. So this is one style to do them. This is how I do them. Each individual soldier did them differently. So if somebody comes on here and says, that's not the way you do it, you need to go back and look at your pictures, look at your history books, because there's more than one way to do something when it comes to military uniforms and procedures. So without further ado, I'm going to use these, which are 12-foot puttees that I sell. Some come in 9 feet for guys with smaller calves. I happen to have like 17.5-inch calves, so I need the extra length, and you'll see why. So I'll start by, we've just got our breeches on, our M1917 semi-breeches. We got the ammo boots on, the British ammo boots. Laces are tied and tucked in. That's a big thing, all right? You're probably going to have, if you have long legs like I do, you're probably going to have a little gap right here with your socks and everything. That's totally fine. That's what the puttees are for some reason, the breeches are usually made shorter. I don't know if it's because of this reason or whatever, but so I start on my right calf, and I kind of like do about, oh, that's about 8 inches, 6, 8 inches down, and then I take it over to the right on the outside, hold it with this. So this is the pain in the ass part of it. I'm gonna wrap it around, keep it nice and tight, pull it tight. The first couple wraps are the ones that suck the worst, right? This is what really, takes the most practice and stuff. Then you wrap it over again, keeping it nice and tight. You're on your second wrap. Now on the third wrap, I usually come up, and this is where you do the crisscross. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pull this side really tight. Okay, you're gonna kind of let some slack up on the roll, but keeping it tight on this side. You're just gonna take the roll and fold it down over itself like that. So you've got that nice little crisscross going on right there. And then you're just gonna wrap it around normal. And then you're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do it nice and slow, held tight, let some slack go, and just kind of let it fall down over itself and create the crisscross. And I'm gonna have to do this a million times. I had to do it a few times to get this right, and I'll do it a little faster. I usually do 4 of these, the crisscross, and they take up more distance on the leg wrap, which is why I need the 12-footers, because then you just spiral them on up like this, kind of leaving, you're gonna want to go down about 3/4 of the way on the last wrap is what I do. And then they end kind of in the inside thigh. Take the tie, wrap it around once. These aren't that long on the ones that I sell. Originals can be like 48 inches. Um, I don't like the long ties because you just wrap them around and around. These stay up like this, so then you just tie it under itself. Like you see that I just wrapped it underneath itself. And then you go around and wrap the tip through that little hole and pull it tight. Now you've got a little half square knot. Now you're gonna do the same thing once more. Wrap it underneath itself, pull it tight, and now you can go either way. You can go back like this or whatever, but usually I just go around the front and tuck it into the top, the excess like that. And it's hidden away, it's underneath the band, and they stay nice and tight. So if you can see that, I'll kind of get up close. It's not actually crisscross, it's just folded over itself. But they stay up a lot nicer, they look cool. I've seen a lot of people that have them in World War One. A lot of French and American, Indian, and British soldiers. American, Indian, and British soldiers doing this. So we're gonna go into the left one now, which is a little bit different because I'm right-handed. I'm still gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna fold to the outside. Make sure the laces are tucked in. My lace is broken on this one, so I can't get the top grommets filled. So this one, actually I go on the inside with this one. So I wrap them the same way. I wrap them right-handed. It doesn't matter, they're gonna stay up. I've worn these to events and I've had them on for 4 days at a time, and they work fine. So same thing. A little bit of space right here. Go on the inside, wrap it around, keeping this rather tight. Nice tight wrap on the first, on the top of the boot. I'm gonna do this one a little bit faster. So I get 2 wraps. Oh, that wasn't where I wanted it. You kind of want it centered if you can in your calf. or your shin rather, whatever. That one will be off to the side a bit. Got to see how that works. Once you get it down, it's really just as fast as tying them normal or wrapping them normal. I got four crisscrosses, and a couple layers on the knee, and this one's going to end on the outside. It's the same spot as the other one. You see pictures of guys having them wound right to left, left to right, different like I have them. I'm just going to tie this once because I'm going to be taking these off pretty soon. But yeah, you just tie them on like that. So I hope this video helps you out. There's really not that much to it. You just have to practice. That's what I did. I sat up in my room and I put my boots on, or you can just use shoes or whatever. And I just practiced the folding it over. I'm going to do it one more time, super slow. I'm going to show you how to unwrap the right one, and then keep it so you can put them on really fast next time. And then I'm going to rewrap this really slow so you can see one more time. So you just get this undone by pulling the knot. We got one left. Yeah, these actually, I was pretty happy with these when they stayed up all freaking 4 days, just tying them once. So what you're gonna do is you take the tape, you're just gonna kind of fold it in here with your thumb, bunch it up. You can go from side to side, do whatever you want, just so it's all in there like that. Okay, now you just fold it up, keep it tight. This is a really, really big step because if you just take them off, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get them on really quick next time. So this little step, this extra like minute, really pays off in the long run. You just fold them up, or roll them up rather, sorry. Roll them up, keep them nice and tight, that's the key. Keep it tight, just like rolling up a carpet or anything like that. Keep it nice and tight. It's smaller, and it doesn't fall apart then as easily. Go with the folds that you just did, or if you're just doing it normal spiral, this is how you do it. It's gonna fall off, make sure you keep the end nice and tight. All right, so we're gonna do one more time. I'm gonna do it nice and slow. So, upside down, like this. Start about halfway up your shin, go down to the top of your boot, about 2.5, 3 inches down on your boot. I go off to the right because I'm right-handed and it's easier. You're gonna bring it around your boot, like this. Keep it holding. This is, like I said, the worst part of the whole process is this right here. Holding this, keeping it tight, wrapping it around once as you're pulling it, and it should just wrap itself up. And then 2, and then we're gonna start our crisscross right here. So, once again, pull it tight, put your hand right in the middle, let slack off on the roll, and then just kind of let it, oh, I just screwed it up for you. Great, just kind of let it fall down as you fold it over. Look at that, perfect. Next roll is gonna be really slow as well. So we're gonna come around, same thing. If you wanna do the knife hand, if you wanna feel all hardcore, just hold it right there. Let some slack out, fold it. Let some slack out, let it fall until it makes that pattern. Bring it around town. Just like all you SpongeBob fans out there, we're gonna bring it around town. All right, so we got 2 done. Bam. Fold it over. There you go. Pull it nice and tight. The key is to keep these things tight. They should feel really uncomfortable while you're putting them on, but then they'll stretch out a bit and they'll be good. They shouldn't be cutting off circulation, but they should be snug. They're made to support your ankles and knees, or I'm sorry, not your knees, your ankles and your calves, and protect them as well. So now we've got the 4th one done, and then you just wrap it again, and then depending on where you're at, the length, it'll end on the inside of your leg. And again, to tie this, you just wrap it around, have it tight, hook it underneath there, pull it through, and then go on the other side and push it through that little loop. Simple square knot. I like to do it twice. Usually you can do it twice. I'm just going to keep it the once for the sake of the video. And then you can either go back and fold it, or tuck it in the back. I choose to tuck it in front because it's actually faster and easier to get it when you're taking them off, especially at night. and then tuck it in underneath the tie, and there you go. So now you've got how you put on puttees. And these were used by forces in World War I, World War II, and some in Korea. And Vietnam, they had a variation of these. The NVA and VC wore these sometimes. Vikings wore these. They've been around forever. They're really cool. Yeah, I hope this video helped you out. Had a request for it, and figured I'd just show you guys how to do it. If you like this video, if you're new to the channel, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I'll have a link to my Patreon right below here in the description. If you consider supporting me on there, that would really be appreciated. If you can't, not a problem, but it helps me get cool things to make cool videos. Once again, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you like the World War I stuff. I'll probably have more of that coming up because of the Centennial. Working with some other channels to try and get some information out there about World War I American uniforms and other uniforms. And yeah, it'll be some cool stuff. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.